the tutorial, and in this tutorial I'm going to talk about map clicks and custom markers. In my previous tutorial, as you know, we learned about how to request the permission from the user. Then we were able to get the current location of the user, as you can see it in this map. Okay, and then now what we are going to do is we're going to learn how to add set click listeners, like we how to respond to the click listeners, how to customize your markers. You can actually customize your markers, you don't need to use the default marker, you can customize it, and how to set the click listener. Okay, so we are gonna discuss these two things, about the interaction, and so let's go and do it. So let me go to on map ready. Let me go to my okay, so I have a map. I apply here. What I have to do, set on map click listener. Here I will pretty much try to set the map click listener, right? So let long latitude and longitude values, and what we are gonna do, marker at location. So we're gonna add a marker at this location, let long, and what we are gonna do is travel here. So we travel to this location. Okay, and okay, it's pretty simple, but if I run this code, it's not as simple, uh, because if I add, new markers will be added here, and if you see travel here, if I add, you see new markers will be added here, here, but we are not, this is not what we wanted actually, so to control the marker on the map, we need to keep a reference to that marker, the initial marker. You need to keep the reference to the marker. That is achieved easily enough by keeping a reference to the output of Google Map dot add marker options. Okay, so the add marker function returns a marker instance. To move a marker on the map, we assign a new position value to it, because we want the current marker to move. So to move a marker on the map, we assign a new position value to it, by calling its position setter. Okay, so to replace the default pin icon, obviously we are gonna use a custom icon. So we must provide, actually to use the custom icon, we must provide a bitmap descriptor, okay, to the marker or the marker options instance. So the bitmap descriptor wrapper works around bitmaps used by Google Map to render markers and ground overlays, but we won't cover that in this tutorial. So we'll obtain a bitmap descriptor by using a bitmap descriptor factory. So the factory will require an asset, which can be provided in a few ways. We can provide it with the name of a bitmap in the asset directory, a bitmap, a file name, or a file in a internal storage, or a resource ID. So the factory can also create default markers of different colors. We are actually interested in the bitmap options because we intend to use a vector drawable, because it's much more simpler for us, right? So and actually when we use the vector drawable, the factory doesn't actually directly support those, so we have to actually convert the drawables to the bitmap. Okay, so we have to manipulate it in to suit our needs, like for example changing color. Okay, so actually Android Studio, as you know, that it lets you create a lot of like drawables as you want. It's pretty simple to create Android drawables, going to pretty much here and vector asset. So here I can pretty much choose any drawable I want, like travel. Okay, let's me see, walk. Okay, actually I'm walking, right? So I'm traveling, so let me make this as a travel. Let me put IC travel. Next, finish it. Okay, so I have created a drawable, so a vector asset. Okay, and what else? So after we create this vector asset, we have to actually now change get a bitmap descriptor from this vector. So we have to create a class to get the bitmap descriptor factory. So let's do it step by step. Let me create a private function which is a map descriptor from vector. It takes is a drawable resource. It's a drawable resource with a vector drawable resource vector drawable resource id and which is like a int, and we have a what we get is a bitmap descriptor, right? Bitmap descriptor. Okay, this can also be null, and finally we have to return the bitmap descriptor. So bitmap context compact get drawable vector resource id, and what else? Let okay, let vector drawable. What it will do is drawable say bounds to 0 0 strict width and drawable and strict height. Drawable with tint compact drawable compact wrap drawable compact. Okay, we have to set the tint to drawable with the tint and color of your choice, right? Let's put sign or we can also change to blue to make sure that we have customized, what else? Like now finally we have also a bitmap, which is a bitmap create bitmap. We create the bitmap from the drawable in strict width, and similarly we'll have also strict height, and also we need a at map dot configure config dot alpha edit this configuration argb, and what else? We need a canvas bitmap. Okay, so what we will do with drawable with tint, we draw. Actually we are pretty much drawing to change a vector to a bitmap descriptor. We are pretty much creating a canvas and drawing the it in the canvas, right? The drawables. Then we finally return the bitmap descriptor factory, and from bitmap we change the bitmap, and also bitmap recycle. Okay, let's also assign this, because this can also be null, right? Yeah, so yeah, finally we are able to create a bitmap from the vector drawable, from vector. And just be careful that don't forget to recycle, because this will save your memory, and avoid from memory leaks. Okay, so yeah, we have successfully created a vector from the vector drawable. Pretty much so what's next is, obviously we have to also actually create the create the marker. Actually, let's create the marker. Let's create it. Private val marker. Marker, it can be also nullable, and this nullable marker, so we need to add marker at location, right? So marker at location, so let's marker at location. So at this adding marker at location, when we add the marker at location, add marker, we have to also apply icon marker. So here we have to little bit change it, because now it's also gonna marker icon, it's gonna accept the marker icon. Bitmap descriptor, which can be also a null icon. Let icon so marker icon bitmap descriptor. Okay, let's see. It's a bitmap descriptor, right? Which can be null, and this marker icon okay, let's see if okay, let me see one thing. Let me check the marker icon, what is happening here. So actually the bitmap descriptor, okay, descriptor position apply marker icon options. So icon, okay, actually we have a set icon here, set icon to marker icon. So let's apply with this safe yes. Okay, so what next is, when we have added the updated our marker at location, so if the marker icon that we have provided is not null, then it's gonna just set the set the new icon, right? The customized icon that we have created. So now actually I have already implemented use get bitmap icon from the descriptor from the vector, right? So uh, what next is like we need to add or move the selected position marker, right? So let's go and create another function which pretty much uh, add or move selected selected position marker. So if marker equals to null, then marker equals to add marker at location, add marker at location, which is a normal marker, right? Add marker at location provided by lat longitude, and you travel here, and you get from descriptor we also provide the respective descriptor is IC travel, right? And else actually this will add marker at location marker. So actually this add marker at location will also return a marker actually, you know, so it's better to okay, so it's pretty fine. Then if the marker is not null, that is that means marker we just need to apply the position, you know, and change the position, that's it. So add, so we will use adder. So whenever we select the location, okay, let me go to my yeah at marker at location add. So we will not pretty much add our marker. So whenever we select a map click listener on our Google map, we will not add marker only, but add or move marker. Okay, so we will just use this logic to not create map like, you know, like markers each time the new marker, but we will just move the already existing marker by just changing the position, you know. So this is the idea. And okay, let's run the application and see if it's pretty working fine. So we have actually, this is the position, you see. So let's me click here, let me click here, you see it's pretty much moving the marker, you know, the custom marker. We are pretty much running, I mean like just traveling. I travel here, I travel here, I travel here, you know. I travel here, you know, like yeah. So it seems like it's pretty working fine. So okay, let me see what else. Yeah, that's pretty fine, guys, and catch you up in the next lecture, guys. And we are pretty much able to create this customized marker, and we were able to move the markers, you know. And thank you very much, and catch you up in the next lecture.